Podnut Media.
All right, everybody, hey, we're back again for another episode of the Cool Podcast. Thanks for listening this week. It's another episode, another day, another dollar, another week, another episode. Thanks for checking it out. It's going to be a fun show. As you can tell, I'm excited. I've got all the energy to get things going and get things rocking and rolling. So stick around if you can. If you got a minute, you got about 45 minutes, you can listen to the whole episode. That's all it is. That's all we ask for you today. So check it out. Just give us a listen.
The Cool Podcast.
Just check us out if you can. It's the Cool Podcast. Oh,
The Cool Podcast. The Cool
yeah.
Cool Podcast.
Cool Podcast.
It's time for another episode of the Cool Podcast. Yeah. We're ready to do another one. You didn't think we could do another one? Well, guess what? We can, and we are going to do one. Yeah.
Oh, yeah!
It's going to be fun, too.
The Cool Podcast.
It's cool. It's getting cool up in here. Well, it's another episode of the Cool Podcast. Thanks for listening. We got all kinds of fun stuff to do today. I'm excited to do the show. I can't wait to get into it. But first, we got to give a little shout out to our old friends over at Podnut Media.
Podnut Media.
We love them. We thank them. And go check out, go download everyone. I hope everyone's already downloaded Nutcast. Because if you're not, it's coming out of my paycheck. That's right, Podnut Media Nutcast. We're on board. We're ready to rock. Things have been going great. The numbers have been looking good. We got the free feed going. Thanks everybody for checking out that. We got some listeners over there. And so, the listeners, the free podcast, they might be a little bit behind. So greetings from the past. If you're hearing this as it is being released, it's episode number 42. Check it out. Thanks to the patrons. If you're a patron, go check out the Discord, and we got a patron channel. We'll do some more patron chat. We're going to move the patron chat over there and maybe migrate a little bit off of this one so that we can kind of keep things straight. So thanks, whatever, we're doing the show. It's a lot of fun. We've got a lot of ghost stuff going on. We're going to have some guests coming up. A lot of cool guests are in the works, hopefully. We hope that it goes good. Podnut is really, really pushing for that. To get new guests, to get a new lifeblood into the network. So they're having us go out and try to recruit members. So we're hoping to get some guests on and kind of tell them all about the great world of Podnut Media.
Podnut Media.
All right, let's get into our first segment. Enough of this jibber jabber crap. Sick of it. I want to do the segment. It's a lot of fun. So here it is. Well, don't you know it's the Podcast Roundup. Almost said it was the Podnut Roundup. I got Podnut on the brain, of course. Why wouldn't I?
Podnut Media.
They're the boss in town, but we got a new boss in town. This might date the episode a little bit for the free listeners. Patrons get it on the day it comes out. We got a new boss in town. He's a boss. He's a boss ass. And he's a president now. And we're done with Trump. We've had enough. Excuse me. Alright, we had enough of him. So in this episode of the Cool Podcast and Cool Podcast Roundup, we're doing political shows. We're doing political podcasts. We love those things. We got some stuff. And so let's get into one of the best political podcasts going is Pod Save America. Let's check it out.
Pod Save America is brought to you by SimpliSafe. Everyone wants to keep their home and family safe, whether it's from a break-in, a fire, flooding, or a medical emergency. SimpliSafe Home Security delivers award-winning 24/7 protection. With SimpliSafe, you don't just get an arsenal of cameras and sensors, you get the best professional monitors
Get a
in
little bit
the
of
business. They've got your back day and night, ready to send police, fire, or EMTs when you need them most.
Okay, let's
straight
get
to your
into the
door.
show.
You're gonna love it, set it up.
You love
He's
it.
not that handy.
Let's get in here. Here we go.
Oh, yeah!
Let's get into it. Is this the theme song?
Welcome to Pod Save America. I'm John Favreau.
I'm John Lovett. I'm Tommy Vitor.
Oh, that's the
Today
theme
is the
song?
last pod of the Trump era. We will talk about the 45th president's final days in office, how he's changed the Republican
He's
Party
outta
over the last
here.
4 years, how he's changed America. And on a brighter note, we'll dive into President-elect Joe Biden's ambitious agenda.
He's outta
for his
here.
First days in office. Then you'll hear Lovett and me talk about what goes into writing an inaugural address, which we taped for the Crooked Media smash hit YouTube series.
Crooked Media.
Speechwriters React.
Is that the one Dan's on?
Crooked
Watch out, Pfeiffer.
Crooks.
I would say, watch out, Pfeiffer. We're coming
Get his
for you.
ass.
It's
Different reactions.
new YouTube series. New YouTube series.
I like the episode where you speech write rubber bands on a melon of some sort. That was a really good one.
Love it. Speaking of jokes, how was the show this weekend?
We had a great Love It or Leave It. I talked to Kara Swisher about social media and regulation under Democrats, and I talked to her about her conversation with Dominion's CEO and with the Parler's.
Dominions. Did they also talk to Gru? He talked to Dominions. They've all got their own podcasts. They've also got Pod Save the World. Pod Save America, Pod Save the World. Co-host Tommy Vitor. He thought foreign policy was boring and complicated until he got the education of a lifetime working for President Obama's National Security Council. He thought it was boring. Well, how did he get the damn job? If he thought it was so damn boring. So that's cool. What other stuff are they going to talk about? Let's fast forward a little bit.
Immigration.
Immigration.
And the growing
We love that
diversity of
stuff.
America, and that's how they're gonna win. And then instead they nominated Donald Trump, and he won anyway. So Love It. I guess one of the
we
questions,
hate him.
to what Tommy was just talking about, which is like, does the Republican Party even want to fix these issues? Like, can they be successful as the party of Trump without Trump at the helm?
I think there's something interesting, right, about what the party decides to say about democracy between that autopsy and what they've said since the attempted coup, right? It is true that they were able to win the White House again without following what that kind of approach would dictate, right? Like appeal to a multicultural growing majority, appeal to people outside the current base.
Boring. Let's get into some people with some different views. Okay, we had enough of these damn bleeding heart liberals. Let's get into somebody else. Okay, she's a hard-hitting son of a gun. She's gonna tell it like it is. Let's check out this one.
Welcome to the Megyn Kelly Show, your home for
no.
open, honest, and provocative conversations.
Gonna be bad.
Joe Biden inaugurated as the 46th president of the United States today. How are we feeling about that? And what now? Ben Domenech, Crystal Ball, Sagar Enjeti, and Ryan Grimm all
Sagar
join me to
Enjeti.
discuss the angles.
And Ryan Grimm and Crystal Ball.
Hey everyone, I'm Megyn Kelly. Welcome to the Megyn Kelly Show. We've got a jam-packed program for you today. We're going to cover the inauguration and what to expect, and Joe Biden's 10-day blitz he's about to go on, basically undoing as much as he can of the Trump administration policies. What exactly should we expect? We've got all angles covered for you, but before we get to our first guest, I want to talk to you about a new company that we're talking about here at the Megyn Kelly Show called Bambee.com. Yes, Bambee.
We're talking about Squarespace.
HR. Here's the story. When you're running a business,
Here's the story.
HR issues can kill you. Who the hell wants to deal with HR issues? You just want to run a business and not worry about getting sued
talking
all the
about
time. But
the
you know, today's day
freaking
and
red
age,
tape,
you get wrongful termination
bureaucracy.
suits, minimum wage requirements, labor.
What else are they gonna talk
meant
about?
To stifle any resistance or opposing thought. Much better to let it out there. Let people make up their own minds.
Let it be.
And if you
Let
could
it
be in
be.
any way objective in covering the news, hello mainstream.
Hello.
That would help too, right? So that they wouldn't have reason every time they
The
turn on the
mainstream
television
media.
to once again have confirmation bias that they hate me, I can't
hate
trust
it.
them, I have to go to the
Hate
internet for information.
everything.
Oh wait, all my favorite sites have been blocked out or stories are being
Oh,
censored
frick.
or have some warning on them from Twitter when the other side's information never gets any warnings. And I know you guys, didn't you have a story about the Black Lives Matter riots? Something happened with the Federalists. What happened? I remember you got like comments shut down.
Yes,
Oh,
we've tangled
frick.
with them on a number of different issues. We actually tangled with this whole situation with Google demonetization, which was
Google.
reportedly about comments on our site.
The
Discuss
damn
comment section,
trolls in the
which,
comments
other
are
than
at it again.
Slapping sort of a filter on language on it. We don't moderate, and basically the powers that be at Google had that flagged to them by a tiny British quote-unquote anti-hate group that targeted Zero Hedge and a couple of other sites. But I really do
Tiny
believe this,
British man was in the comments stirring up all kinds of stuff, saying nasty stuff, and they got banned. We got some more podcast. Well, oh man. Our friend Tracy Beans has a podcast. Our friend, I won't say our friend, but she was on Give a Message to 45 on the Trump episode, so she's been banned from all the platforms, but they've got a podcast, Dark to Light, with Frank and Beans, Tracy Beans. Let's see what kind of insane
Radio
stuff they're talking about.
.com.
Whoa. Bow. Whoa.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Wednesday edition of the Dark to Light podcast
Tracy
with
Beans.
Hump Day Val and
Beans.
what hump it is? Who knows?
I don't know what the other side of this hump is going to look like, Frank.
Frick is going on?
Yep.
Do you know?
Welcome to the Hotel California.
Ugh. So, do
That's
you
what
know?
I woke up this morning. I was thinking about Hotel California, and I was thinking about Kiss and Say Goodbye by the Manhattans all day.
I don't know. I don't
I don't
know.
know what that is.
Listen, for all the talk and everything, I think it's now time to start reflecting on our shortcomings over the past 4 years as people.
I don't know. Listen, maybe I haven't reflected on it too much to be able to come up with anything outside of too easily excited. Like we were starving pets that were having a nice succulent piece of red meat dangling in front of us, and we thought that we were going to actually see something really, really spectacular. Now it's still 10 a.m.
It's gonna drain the
and
swamp.
the inauguration's in less than 2 hours, and that is when the last moment, the last moment sting is going to be sprung.
Speaking
But-
of which,
You know, I don't know, Tracy. I really think, as I said last
I
night,
don't know,
before
Tracy
you
Beans.
go and you outline your thoughts for the day. As I was saying last night, what did we do for the last 4.5, 5 years? I think that we did all the necessary work that Congress, that law enforcement, that the media refused to do, and we were right. We were right about Russia. We were right about FISA. We were right about the FBI. We were right about Ukraine. We were right about, we were right, at least with Seth Rich. We got so much confirmation
They were
about.
right about everything. They were right about Trump was playing 4D chess, and that the subpoenas or whatever were being handed out. That there was that video of Hillary and Michelle Obama getting the envelopes, and they're like, "This is proof." They got they got this letter that said they were about to be executed or something. We were right about that. They were right about some stuff, I guess. Not much, though. They definitely went down some rabbit holes of weird crap. Tracy Beans, check them out. Franken Beans. What's another one here? We've got so many pods. Once you start going down the pod wormhole, it's hard to get out. Let's see. I've got a couple queued up. Let me see what we have. Which ones are good? Trying to see if we got some that are new. Okay. This one's kind of funny. Triggered. Matt and Storm of Town Hall offer a fresh, humorous, conservative perspective on today's political and cultural issues with their politically incorrect hot takes. Unabashed supporters of President Trump, former president, they unapologetically take on progressive leftists and squishy Republicans for their nonsense. Triggered. It's not for the libs.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome back for another episode of Triggered.
They're gonna say something bad.
251. We're here on Tuesday, January 19th. Unfortunately, today is the last day of the Trump administration.
He's out of
here. It's been a fun
here.
ride, but it is
all
what it
good
is.
things come to an end, but this could be a pause because in 2024 he could be back.
Oh yeah,
and I think he will be back.
Well, regardless of whether he runs or not, Trumpism is here to stay. I mean, that's very clear from the polls. You know, the right-wing populism, nationalism is here to stay. And it's because of the massive successes of the Trump administration. You know, we just have a few listed here to talk about because it really is something that's been glossed over. And, you know, if things had gone differently the past few weeks, I think that there would have been a lot more discussion about this stuff.
If there was no pandemic, this would have been endless ads of America, you know, on the uptick, jobs.
Well, if there was no pandemic, Trump would have won.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like, it would have been a Trump landslide if there was no pandemic.
The past 4 years, we went through an unprecedented economic boom. Pre-pandemic, of course, America gained 7 million new jobs. Middle-class family income increased nearly $6,000, more than 5 times the gains during the 8 years of the Obama administration. Unemployment reached a record low of 3.5%. 40 months in a row with more job openings than people looking for jobs.
It was amazing.
Again, that was a 50-year record. That's like
it was
astounding,
amazing.
Right? Incomes rose in every single poor metro area in the United States for the first time in nearly 30 years. Unemployment rates for
I want to
African
hear some of
Americans.
this funny stuff. Triggered. Let's fast forward. Sometimes you gotta fast forward a little bit. I haven't listened to any of these, so I couldn't even pick out a spot that would be good to check out. But let's see if we got something here. I'm triggered.
Press us authoritarian measures. I mean, as it is, DC is essentially a military state.
The freaking swamp.
Yeah.
Not to mention
only
that,
people with legitimate business can be traveling.
Well, not to mention that the National Guardsmen don't even have like loaded guns.
Yeah,
they have the guns, but they're not actually loaded. And I'm like, okay, so if a threat pops out from behind a building, they're gonna need to reach to load. I mean, that's seconds that matter, right? You know, anybody who has any sort of tactical training or has shot a gun before, as we do, it takes a few seconds to load a gun.
Yeah.
Like there's a reason that you know you chamber around. So, you know that is what it is at this point.
I feel like though this is like I don't know maybe remember after 9/11 the Guard was in the airports.
Yeah.
And then it was reported later after they had left that there was that their guns weren't loaded.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe this is like
they
a
need more guns
procedure or whatnot. People, you know, to kind of quell the.
Did you see
public anxiety over a military?
Did you see that they wanted to put machine guns, like mounted, you know, like Iraq level machine guns out on the you know the green zone walls as they're calling it, which are by the way I guess walls work now.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, walls work now. Now they want a wall. They want him to build the wall around DC. Keep everybody out. We'll see about that. Triggered. It's humorous. That wasn't funny at all. But they've got a podcast. So good luck to them. Let's get into our next segment. And let's see what we got next. I think we have another segment coming up. It's the Discord Dump. Discord Dump.
The Cool Podcast.
Discord Dump. Okay. What are we getting into on the dump? We haven't been to the dump in a while. Let's get a sound for that. I'm always thinking of new sounds right off the top of the head. Let's get a dump truck sound because we're dumping out the Discords and all the posts from Discord. We need beep, beep, beep. That's kind of what I was thinking, but the Discord dump. Okay. It's the Discord dump. We're here to dump all the posts on you. Which Discord are we going to today? Let's lock in, load, and ready to go. Which one do we got? Well, today we're going to take a little visit. We're going to take a trip down. I don't know if we've read too much of this one before, but it's pretty interesting. It's the 5 to 8D ascended platform of light warriors. And speaking of that guy, you know him from some of our videos. He does light language. This is where we found him in the old 5D ascended platform. He posts nonstop in a couple of these channels, all his videos. That's where we were able to find him. This was kind of an interesting channel, though. They were doing introductions. Staff's intro. Intergalactic Soul Intel Hub. And here's everyone's doing introductions, telling about who they are. And let's see if we got anything. Hello, I'm Orr, 21 from Canada. My goal is to better understand the world we live in and become a better person myself. I'm mostly an advisor, aspiring to be an actor. I'm on my way there, currently in college. Theater, of course. Of course. What else would you be doing? There's a lot of different people from different backgrounds. Like this one. Yo, what up, YGs and OGs? My name is Pinealus Glandia, aka the Druid of the Dank. I'm here to emanitize the eschaton, and if you see Greyface, that owes me $300. Tell him I'm taking his car. I've done and seen some crazy. I talk about it all the time. Still happens sometimes. Basically, I've seen beyond the veil and know that the impossible is simply undreamed of. And we're working as hard as we can to get some cool new firmware updates on the server you call Life. I'll let you know if I hear anything cool from the other side. I generally don't do one-on-one unless I'm feeling jiggy, so don't expect too much from me in that department. Just because I'm capable of something doesn't mean I'm an organ grinder monkey. I'll help out around the server where I can, even if I'm on D&D mode a lot of the time. I'll still respond right away. Feel free to hit me up to chat about whenever. And that's from user deleted, so they've left or they've been banned. That's too bad. They said some bad words in there. So there's a lot of different people. There's the Desert Camel. Not sure what that's about. Just posting about camels. That's cool. Who else is in here? A couple of deleted users. This person, Libra2. I'm a very zealous and hardcore Eastern Orthodox. Eastern Orthodoxy is a denomination of Christianity. It's ancient in scope. I don't really hear much about that. That's not too prevalent around here, these parts. Don't hear about people becoming hardcore Eastern Orthodox. The Sauce Boss says, "Hi, I'm Evan. I work as a network engineer, quantum physicist by literature training, studying biochemistry in San Francisco. Conditionally emitted, fingers crossed. I can scan, remote heal, and can cure a variety of ailments, including psychosis. I also like Star Wars video games. Here to make the world a better place. DM me anytime. Also discussion of Lord of the Rings." And then after that we have Momo. Oh no, not that one. I'm Momo. I like meditation, not for relaxation. In the sense of self-inquiry. I feel as if I may be somewhat of a drifter soul who still seeks out the mysteries of life to a degree. That is cool. Lots of introductions going on. Let's get into some of these different channels. That was the introduction channel. There were some interesting ones in here. So there's stuff like there's Starseed activation channels, prepare for training. The Galactic Intel Hub. Did I just connect to something? What's happening? I've connected to the chant meditation. Maybe this is a voice channel. Whoops. That's not what I was trying to do. There's nobody in here. That's too bad. We could spy on somebody. There was a channel, let's see, that I had written down and wanted to talk about. And it's the Galactic Intel Hub. Let's see. There's a ton of channels. There's aliens, UFOs, aliens. Here he is. Daniel Scranton is up in the aliens channel. Things are not loading very quickly, so that's unfortunate. They got quizzes. Origins quiz. What it means to be a starseed or light worker. So I gotta go check out some of these quizzes. How about this one? Synchronicities. Bunch of numbers. People posting about numbers and stuff. Cypress posted that they had 2,222 unread emails from their Gmail. So you might want to go mark as read. And then someone else above that, just Icicle, posting screenshots of different times. 222, 444, 555. Just some times where the numbers are the same. I guess that's a synchronicity. Strange. There's a lot of these. 1818, that's military time. Interesting. They're just posting screenshots of different numbers. Picture of their cat. It says 111. What's the synchronicity there? Okay, Patrick's got a story. The day before yesterday, I practiced some yoga on our huge rug, and at the end of it, I was just playing around with zodiac signs in my head, as you do. I even drew the sign of Taurus on the floor with my finger. The next day, one of the strings fell out of the rug, forming the same sign at the exact same location I was playing at. I laughed my ass off. I was like, okay, universe, you got me. Also, I noticed the number 1337 coming up a lot, which if you look it up means elite. Felt like sharing that with y'all. Thanks, Patrick. He was doing some zodiac signs. Hetty Spaghetti's posted a picture of the time in their car. It says 1:23. I believe it's, and then Hetty Spaghetti says, I believe it's the universe saying, hey girl, the more attention you bring to them, the more complicated they get. Way more than just repeating numbers, like symbols and phrases and animals and stuff. All can be synchronicities. I'm obsessed. I can totally write up something for y'all about what each individual number means if you would be interested. And then Sack replies, yes, please. Always like the names in these. This is kind of an interesting channel here. Interesting channel. They're posting about numbers. Just pictures of the clock when all the numbers are the same. Evil Vitamin says, okay, here's a sync. It's 15 degrees here. I deleted 15 messages. Tongue sticking out emoji. 15 tarot card is the devil. Oh no. A lot of interesting synchronicities. Okay, let's see if I can find that channel I was trying to look for. There's so many channels, it's crazy. Can't even find all of them. The Safe Haven, Ghostly's Dimension. That sounds interesting. Talking about holographs or something. In hyperdimensions, even though you might be walking along a line because space itself curves and stretches, what you think is a line is a multi-dimensional curve. Okay. And this channel is called Farlon Will Be Your Producer. And then there's a Discord link to Farlon's Reaper Station. I will help you with whatever audio stuff, is what Farlon says. Will be your producer. That's cool. Make some beats. And then there's the Reptilian Hub, and it's not safe for work. We can't look at that, because this is work. Okay, I think I still have not found the one I was looking for. And it was called Galactic Intel Hub. There's the Trash Depot. Cypress says this channel is my home, the Trash Depot. Okay. There's the quiz, emergency, the hotline, assist. That's good stuff to have. Different hotlines. The hotline bling. Let's check out the Starseed. I'm not ever gonna. Oh crap! I keep joining voice channels. Frick! Someone's gonna see what I'm doing. They're gonna get in trouble. Staff intros, books and debates. Donation hub. This is exciting stuff. This is really exciting stuff. Here it is. Okay, thank God. Finally found it. The Galactic Intel Hub. Talking about different alien races and stuff. Some of you may notice, some of you may have heard another book that represents alien races, published by Dante Santori. His book was originally dictated by Valiant Thor to Russian KGB, and DS somehow got access to it and published a significant part of it. This information was confirmed by Elena, who newly started to talk also to Valiant Thor. Yes, the one who talked to Eisenhower and worked for the Pentagon between 1957 and 60. Besides USA, he worked for many governments, and there's communications with Valiant Thor. The video's unavailable. That's too bad. So we'll have to look into that. Some different alien stuff. Elena Danan is talking to the aliens. We love that kind of stuff.
Hi everyone, little surprise live, because I discovered the magic of a word, of an expression. Sometimes we don't think about using words and expressions in their higher meaning, in their higher sense. I was thinking today about the expression looking forward. How magical is it?
It's
looking
magical.
Forward. When we look forward to something, we fill our heart with joy and expectation in the waiting of this something to happen in our lives. So we project ourselves with joy and enthusiasm and with like sparkling dynamic energy to this thing that is going to happen in the future.
Wow.
But what are we doing? We are manifesting it energetically, emotionally. We are truly creating this positive event in the future, near or far. Concretely, we are already setting up that this thing that will happen, that we will
You're setting yourself up for something. Who knows? Well, there's a lot of stuff about aliens in here. Alien races. A gift from the stars. Ashtar. Talking about Ashtar Galactic Command. They've got a lot of videos from this lady. Well, I love the aliens got to get back into these damn things.
In Terran time. How long ago?
They're on a Zoom
Terran
call.
time, I think 200 Terran years.
Thor.
Okay.
When Terran started to industrialize and more help was needed to watch over you, because we never knew how things were going to go and we needed assistance.
Some channeling. Thor. Thorhan has a lot to say about misconceptions and manipulation, and this just blows our minds. Whoa. He brings light about the manipulation of the deep state within the New Age groups on social medias. That spreads confusion and false propaganda. Quite a whiplash. He warns against the manipulation going on by those who are losing this greatest battle of our times. They're infiltrating spiritual groups and spreading false information about the Galactic Federation of the Worlds. If anyone says anything against the Galactic Federation of Worlds, you will know that these people who say that are not to be trusted. This federation was created to help humanity, and it's a slap in the face to them when they hear we are talking bad about them after they have lost countless lives helping us. Listen to what Thor has to say. Thorhan. Interesting. Alien stuff is cool. That's the 5D Ascended platform. Man. Like, we need to do we took up a lot of time. There's one segment that I want to do, but don't know if we have time to do it. That's sad. That's making me sad. What should I do? Well, let's just do it. What the hell? It's my show. I'll do a short version. Let's do it, and we'll get into it right now. Here it is. And I accidentally stopped the recording instead of stopping the music, and here it is. It's the free sound for all.
Like 9/11 first responders, glow wanderer, grow colder, inside job ponder over yonder, to squander otter, I prefer Christianity before my anti-theism defeats deism, entrepreneurialism before surrealism, elitism, I'm not into jism. I always spit at the top of my rocks, but I got no spot to hold down. But I'm not a clown. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. But my sound brown, and I don't know why. Danny Brown be playing on my speakers, pounding out, and I stranded out like a fucking fish. I want to say another dish. I gotta eat the beat like I was a feature. I am not a teacher, I'm not a suture. I don't bleed, I don't need, I don't seed, I don't breed, because... Human red, human race, human raped. Fuck your order, I don't disorder my order or quarter. I don't need to be discorder. I got more hoarders in the golden boulder, and I don't gotta drop off the top. I always got some writtens in there, but mostly I'm going off, cause I don't got no spot to hold down. Not a clown, more brown than a sound. I don't loud my noun, but I'm not menage a trois. I don't got none, I don't got funds to be breaking down dumbs. I got to make more people tell them to get guns. Hold down your government, son, cause they more corrupt than I've ever seen before. Historically, we need to sell the scores, because if the population's like this, then why the fuck is it so corrupt to the core? I don't...
That was the free sound for all, and now it's time for another segment. It's the cool recommendations. It's the cool recommendations. Everybody knows this one, everybody loves it, but you gotta check it out. It's the Heaven's Gate documentary on HBO Max. It's crazy. Just finished it up. That's what made me think about the aliens and stuff. It's Heaven's Gate, the Cult of Cults. Examination of the UFO cult through the eyes of its former members and loved ones. Started with the disappearance of 20 people from Oregon and ends with the largest suicide on U.S. soil. Oh no. But it's cool. It's cool, I guess, if you think of it that way. You really get a sense of how it all started and who these people were, and a lot of video and stuff from that they took during this time. And it ends, you know, on a sad event, of course, but it's just an in-depth look at it, and it leaves you thinking about why it happened. You kind of understand that, and of course it touches on a lot of conspiracy, alien stuff kind of towards the end, and it gives you some history of how it all started as well, which is pretty interesting. It's wild and weird, and check it out. The Heaven's Gate documentary, The Cult of Cults. This is the official recommendation of the day, and now we gotta get out of here. That's it. We've done another show. Yay! Was it a good show? Only time will tell. Thanks for listening.
The Cool Podcast.
We've had a fun show today on the Cool Podcast. It's been a lot of fun. Thanks for listening. Thanks for checking us out. For all the patrons, we'll be doing a bonus this week. Stay tuned for that. And we'll be seeing ya next time on the Cool Podcast.
Oh,
Thanks for listening. That kind of sounded like the real ending, but forgot we had the other part too. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time on the Cool Podcast. Bye-bye.
Oh.
Look at that. Wow, wow, wow.
Funko Pop.
Podnut Media.
Entrepreneurialism before surrealism, elitism. I'm not into jism.